In the early centuries of Islam, and even today, Muslim women have led from the front in politics, education, business, and public service. Their faith didn't hold them back, it propelled them forward. Leadership based on integrity, not gender. Islam teaches us that leadership and influence are based on taqwa, God consciousness, wisdom, and service to others, not limited by gender. The believing men and believing women are allies of one another. Surah at-Tawbah. This alliance means women are not just participants in society, they are active leaders, role models, and decision-makers. Women leaders in Islamic history. Islamic history is filled with stories of powerful, faithful women who shaped societies. Lubna of Córdoba, a renowned 10th century scholar, calligrapher, and mathematician in the Umayyad Caliphate of Al-Andalus. She worked in the palace and led intellectual discussions. Razia Sultana, the only female sultan of Delhi, India, in the 13th century. Despite opposition, she led with bravery and administrative skill in a male-dominated court. Queen Arwa al-Sulayhi, a 12th century Yemeni ruler known for her intellect, governance, and religious leadership. She was acknowledged as a leader in both political and religious affairs. Each of these women had the courage to lead in times and places where such leadership was rare, not because they wanted power, but because they wanted to serve. Whoever leads a people with justice will be raised in the presence of Allah with light on their face. Sahih Muslim. These women lived by that principle, and left behind legacies of light. Khadija radhiyallahu anha, the businesswoman who built Islam's foundation. No story of entrepreneurship in Islam is complete without Khadija bint Khuwaylid radhiyallahu anha. She wasn't just a business owner, she was the most successful merchant of her time. She managed large-scale trade caravans. She employed agents, including the Prophet Muhammad, before their marriage. She was a pioneer of ethical business and used her wealth to support the early Muslim community. Her example proves that Islam not only permits women to be entrepreneurs, it celebrates it when done with honesty and intention. The truthful merchant will be with the prophets, the righteous, and the martyrs. Tirmidhi 1209. A tradition of strong, visionary women. Muslim women have always had the space to lead, in homes, businesses, courts, and communities. Their voices were not sidelined. They were central to progress. In Islam, leadership is not about control, it's about service, wisdom, and justice. And countless Muslim women have risen to the call with grace, power, and faith. Marriage in Islam is not a contract of dominance, it's a partnership of equals. Built on love, respect, and mercy, the Islamic concept of marriage ensures that both spouses have rights, responsibilities, and dignity. And among his signs is that he created for you from yourselves mates that you may find tranquility in them, and he placed between you affection and mercy. Surah Ar-Rum 30:21. This verse isn't just poetic, it forms the emotional and spiritual foundation of Islamic marriage. It reminds us that marriage is meant to bring peace, not pressure. Mutual rights, mutual respect. Islam clearly outlines the rights and duties of both spouses. Neither is superior to the other. In fact, Islam is one of the first systems to grant women rights within marriage. The right to accept or reject a marriage proposal. The right to receive a mahr, marital gift, a token of respect, not a price. The right to be treated with kindness and fairness. The right to seek divorce if the marriage becomes unjust or harmful. The most complete of the believers in faith are those with the best character, and the best of you are those who are best to their women. Tirmidhi 11:62. The Prophet Muhammad didn't just say this, he lived it. The Prophet's example in marriage. The Prophet set the gold standard for how to treat a wife. He listened, respected, and uplifted his wives. He helped with chores, never belittled them, and valued their opinions. He raced with Aisha radhiyallahu anha. He consulted Salama radhiyallahu anha during a political crisis. He praised Khadija Razi Allah Ta'ala anha long after her passing because of her loyalty, strength, and support. His actions are proof that Islam sees kindness to one's spouse as a form of worship. The best of you are those who are best to their wives. Ibn Majah 1977. Consent and autonomy. A woman in Islam cannot be married without her free and full consent. This was revolutionary in 7th century Arabia, and still stands as a protection today. A woman who has been previously married has more right to her person than her guardian, and a virgin's marriage should not be solemnized without her permission. Sahih Muslim. Marriage isn't about obedience, it's about partnership. Women have the right to voice concerns, express opinions, and live with dignity in marriage. Islam doesn't just tolerate women in marriage, it uplifts them. It places love at the center, rights in their hands, and peace in their homes. When lived the way it was taught, Islamic marriage becomes a union of equals, rooted in mutual care and divine blessings. Today, feminism is often discussed in the context of fighting for women's rights, education, choice, respect, leadership, and protection. What many don't realize is that Islam has already embedded the core values of equality, dignity, and empowerment into its foundation more than 1,400 years ago. Islamic feminism, rooted in divine justice. Islam doesn't view women's empowerment as a borrowed idea, it's a built-in principle. At the core of Islamic teachings is a belief in justice and equality before God. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Surah Al-Hujurat 49:13. This verse doesn't prioritize men over women. It doesn't mention race, wealth, or background. The only thing that elevates a person is their character, not their gender. Modern feminism often seeks legal rights, safety from oppression, and space for self-expression. Islam did all this early on. It gave women the right to vote in societal decisions through shura, consultation. It gave women legal identities, unlike many ancient societies where women had no legal existence apart from their fathers or husbands. It gave women the right to refuse marriage, choose their partners, and even divorce when needed. The Prophet, the ultimate advocate for women. The Prophet Muhammad was a champion for women's rights long before it became a trending topic. The best of you are those who are best to their women. Sunan al-Tirmidhi. This simple but powerful hadith places kindness, respect, and love toward women as a measure of true faith. Unlike some modern feminist movements that fight for rights as a form of rebellion, Islam sees women's empowerment as a natural extension of divine justice, not in conflict with men, but in cooperation and complement. Rights with dignity, empowerment without exploitation. While feminism today is sometimes framed as a fight to be equal by becoming like men, Islam doesn't ask women to erase their identity. Instead, it allows women to thrive as women, valued for their own strengths, contributions, and nature. And do not wish for that by which Allah has made some of you exceed others. For men is a share of what they have earned, and for women is a share of what they have earned. Surah An-Nisa 4:32. Here, Allah acknowledges difference without discrimination. Men and women are unique, but equal in worth. This balance is what modern discourse often lacks, where rights and identity don't have to compete. Islam brings both together beautifully. Islamic empowerment is holistic. Islam empowers women. Spiritually, financially, intellectually, politically, emotionally. It doesn't push women into one mold. It honors the diversity in their roles, whether they're scholars, mothers, leaders, businesswomen, or all of the above. Modern feminism and Islam might use different languages, but at their core, both seek justice, freedom, and dignity. And Islam has been delivering that for women since the very beginning. Islam continues to empower women, both in the past and in the present. It doesn't just grant rights, it also creates an environment where women can thrive, excel, and lead. A timeless message of empowerment. The teachings of Islam are not bound by time. While the world has changed dramatically since the advent of Islam, the core principles of empowerment, justice, and equality remain the same. Whether in the 7th century or today, Muslim women are encouraged to pursue education, seek personal development, contribute to society. Islam promotes these ideals long before modern feminism. It doesn't ask women to adapt to the world, it empowers them to shape the world. And say, "My Lord, increase me in knowledge." Surah Taha 20:114. This verse shows that knowledge and learning are pivotal in Islam, and they are for both men and women. The Quran doesn't limit learning by gender, it calls for all Muslims to constantly strive for more wisdom. Women in today's society. In today's world, many women continue to make groundbreaking contributions in all fields. From education to science, from business to politics, Islam encourages Muslim women to play an active role in shaping their communities. Nobel laureates such as Malala Yousafzai continue to inspire women globally, showing that Islam encourages both male and female access to education and empowerment. Muslim women in entrepreneurship have made significant strides, demonstrating that business and success are not gender-specific. Islamic empowerment in the modern world. Islamic empowerment doesn't stop at personal rights, it extends to societal transformation. Today, we see women in leadership positions, advocating for social change, justice, and empowerment. They are redefining what it means to be a modern Muslim woman, ensuring that their roles are celebrated and valued. Islam allows women to dream big, work hard, and thrive, while maintaining their faith and values. Whether it's as mothers, scientists, educators, or entrepreneurs, women in Islam continue to be at the forefront of progress. Their power lies in both their faith and their unyielding pursuit of excellence. Islam's future empowerment for women. As the world continues to evolve, Islam's message remains clear: empower women, allow them to lead, guide them toward knowledge, and grant them the rights to live with dignity and purpose. The future will see more women rising to positions of influence, just as it has been in the past. Islam's teachings continue to empower women, today and into the future. It offers an eternal framework of rights, respect, and opportunity, and it calls on women to continue their journey as contributors, leaders, and agents of change.